Namaste children, I am Smita, your English teacher from Mangala Vidya Mandira. Class 9 Standard, Subject English. In today's class, let us learn about sentences. Now coming to the sentences, sentence is nothing but a set of words that is complete in itself, typically containing a subject and predicate, conveying a statement, question, exclamation or command. So sentence refers to the group of words that has a complete thought. There are four main types of sentences. They are declarative, interrogative, imperative and exclamatory. So each has its own functions and patterns. So what is declarative sentence? Declarative sentence is also known as assertive sentence. Okay. So declarative sentence is a statement sentence. Declarative sentences, they give information. We use them to share facts and ideas. In other words, to declare, state, assert or claim something. Let us go through the examples. Ranchi is the capital of Jharkhand. I am crossing the road. The child is crying. Okay, so declarative sentences, they make statements that tell something. So it gives information about something. Next important type of sentence is interrogative sentence. An interrogative sentence is a question sentence. So they are easy to recognize because they always end with question mark. So interrogative sentences, they ask questions to find out something. Now what kind of information we are asking for can be indicated by who, what, where, when, why, how, etc. Isn't it? The examples of interrogative sentences: whose pen is this? Where are you going? Have you ever been to a fair? See, yes or no questions. Have you ever been to a fair? This indicates yes or no questions. You have to either answer it in the form of yes or no. How do you make popcorn? Why are you crying? See, the last two questions, they are open-ended questions. They are not close-ended questions because you have a lot of scope to write the answer that you like. You can give a description about what you actually want to write. So they are open-ended. Otherwise, yes or no questions, they refer to the close-ended questions. Now, coming to the next type, what is called as imperative sentence. An imperative sentence basically gives instructions, commands, requests or demands. They can also be used to share wishes and make invitations. So look at the examples here. Come to the fair with me. It's an invitation, isn't it? Feed the dog once per day. It's an instruction. Please switch on the fan. It's a request. Stop feeding the dog. It's a command. So imperative sentences tell someone what to do. Okay, they can also sometimes end with exclamation point depending upon the expression. Sometimes if you have to express certain strong feelings, definitely it will end with the exclamation mark. Okay, yes. Now coming to the next type of sentence, what is called as the exclamatory sentence. Exclamatory sentences are ways to share strong feelings such as excitement. They end with the exclamation point. Okay, so you can also turn any declarative sentences to exclamatory sentence by adding an exclamation point. So people often do that to show their strong emotions or feelings. Okay, so you all know that exclamation sentence, it always ends with the exclamation point. Let us go through the examples. How beautiful the rose is. So it ends with the exclamation mark or the point. What a cute puppy. How interesting. Bravo, we have won the match. Okay, so these are the different types of sentences. Now coming to the next part of the grammar, what is called as the voice. Now there are two important voices in English. They are active voice and passive voice. Now what is a voice? Voice of a verb describes the relationship between the action that the verb expresses and the participants, that is the subject and the object. So what is an active voice? Active voice is a form of a verb in which the subject is a person or thing performing the action and which can take a direct object. Here the subject performs the verb of a sentence. So here the subject performs the action. He or she is the doer of the action. So active voice is the most common type of writing. So it occurs when the subject comes chronologically before the verb and the subject is a thing doing the action of a sentence. So children, we can say that a verb is in the active voice when the subject is the doer of the action that is expressed by the verb. The sentences in the active voice are simple and they are easy to understand. So there is a straightforward relation between the subject and the verb in the active voice. Look at these examples. She read a book. He constructed a building. The teacher explained the lesson. I am drinking tea. He played cricket. They will help you. So in the example, first example, she is the subject. Read is the verb and book is the object. So subject, verb and object is the pattern of the active voice. Now coming to the passive voice. The passive voice is used when we want to emphasize the action, that is the verb, and the object of a sentence rather than subject. This means that the subject is either less important than the action itself or that we don't know who or what the subject is. So here the subject receives the action that is expressed by the verb. Let us go through the examples. The book was read by her. A building was constructed by him. The lesson was explained by the teacher. So when we change the sentences from active to passive, we have to interchange the subject and the object. So when we change from active to passive, we should also keep in mind the tenses. That is very important. Now coming to the active voice example, Raju plays cricket. Raju is the subject, plays is the verb and cricket is the object, isn't it? The verb in passive sentence has this structure. Be plus past participle. Be form plus past participle. So verb in passive form is plus played. So the sentence is cricket is played by Raju. So when we change the verb to past tense, so active voice will be Raju played cricket, and in the passive voice the cricket was played by Raju. Now coming to the present continuous tense, the active voice, the pattern is subject plus is, am or are, which is the be forms, plus ing form of the verb plus object. So look at this example. She is writing a letter. She is a subject, is be form, writing, that is ing form of the verb, plus letter. Letter is the object. Now when you come to the passive voice, you have the pattern object plus is, am or are, again be forms, plus being, plus past participle, plus by, plus subject. Let us go through this example. A letter is being written by her. So here letter is the object, is again be form, being plus written. Written is the past participle and then you have the subject, that is her. So in the past continuous tense, active voice is she was writing a letter. The passive voice will be a letter was being written by her. So when you change from active to passive voice, kindly take care of the tenses. I hope you have understood today's grammar, children. Now coming to the homework part. The homework is write an essay on health is wealth. This is also a project work for you. Let us write an essay on health is wealth and send it through WhatsApp. Thank you, children.